Hi there. I'll just follow up from last week's video on time and what we do with our time and why time is so valuable. And if you weren't here last week, please do watch the replay because this video is built on top of each other. Yes, of course you can watch them separately, but to get the most value out of it, it's really good to get the cumulative effect. So today we're going to talk about time. Time is an investment. I mentioned last week that you have to get a return on your investment, and a return on the investment of time that you put in whatever you do. So if there are tasks that you've decided that are worth you doing, you need to be able to get the return on the time. Now, it doesn't have to be monetary. The return on time investment could be deeper connections, could be joy, satisfaction. There's a lot of things that you can get in return for investing your time. Most people, unfortunately, invest their time in an exchange, a plain exchange. I give you my time, you pay me for it, and we call it quits. That is the lowest form of return on investment when it comes to time. Your time becomes as valuable as someone else values it. So the maximum that you'll be able to get as a return on your time will be whatever someone else is prepared to pay for it. If you invest your time wisely, you can get the things done that bring you the biggest return. And at the same time, allow other people to get a return on their time by doing jobs that give you a low return. There is a saying, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And this is a reflection of how each values their time. So there are a lot of people that put the value on their time of, I get paid to give you 10 hours, 8 hours, and that's all I'm gonna do. They actually watch the clock. The productivity is quite low, and the return on investment in terms of time is the money that they're receiving and very limited personal satisfaction. That's usually how it works. And then it's the negativity that comes with it, because you see that no matter how much time you put in your work, you're really not getting ahead, and you will not get ahead because what you take back you spend on other things that don't help you move forward, and you don't optimize your time. So instead of building your time as the most precious commodity and investing it only in the things that you value, you trade it for money. It doesn't matter whether it's $20 an hour or $80 an hour, it makes no difference. It's still time for money, and it's limited. You can only trade 8 or 10 or 12 hours a day. That's the maximum you can ever trade. Regardless of how many years you work, you'll only be able to trade that much time. And your return will be equal to the time you can trade. Now, if you use your time wisely, you can squeeze in a lot more in the same amount of time, and then the return will be much higher. We can talk a little bit more about different strategies on how you can optimize your return on time. But the principle needs to be really understood, and it needs to sit well with you. The principle is, as long as you're trading your time for money, you're not getting any of the other benefits that you can trade your time for, and you're really capped at how many hours a day you can trade. Now think about it. You spend your life trading the one thing that we all have in limited supply. The one thing that is in the shortest supply for all human beings. The time that we have in this life. Take a deep breath. Now, if you would like to do something different and not to stay in this cycle, just join me next week. We'll look at other ways of getting the most value out of the time that you're investing in whatever you need to do. Peace, and I'll see you next week.